Hello friends, my name is Rodiyah, and today we're going to learn how to make this to-do list in HTML and CSS. So firstly we have to create the HTML file, so I'm just going to name it index.html. So we're just going to write doc and then change the title to something like to-do list. Now we just have to copy the path and paste it in Chrome or whatever web browser you are using. So next we are just going to write div class to do container, and inside it we will write my to-do list, and then after that we will write UL for creating the actual list. So we can also add some space here to make it look more organized. Then we add an LI and we add input type checkbox. And then you can just change the name and the ID to anything you want. So I changed the ID to task 1, and now we are going to add another one. But this time it is going to say label for task 1, and then we'll just write what the task is. And then you have to save it, and you can just reload the browser, and then you will see this. So you just have to do the same many times for each like option. So in this one I'm going to add 4 options. So I'm just going to copy it and then paste it 4 times. So after that, we just have to change the number. So we'll change it to task 2, task 3, and task 4. Then we can change what we actually wrote inside it. So after you're done with that, then you have to link it to CSS. So I'm just going to save it, and then I'll create a CSS file. I'll name it style.css. Now I'm just going to save it, and then we can reload the browser. Now we have all of these, but this is not how we want it to be. So the one we are actually making is this one. So in the CSS, we just have to add body, and then we can change the font to we just pick this one and then remove the one that says this, and then the font will be changed. And also we have to change the background color. You can set it to basically anything you want, but this is the color I used in the one I was making. So after that, we can save it, and then we can go back to reload the browser. Okay, so now this is how it should look. But now the next thing we have to do is actually put it in the middle and add this like white background. Okay, so now here you can write .todo container and then change the background color to white. But then if you reload this, then you're going to see this, and that it is just like extruding out, and it's not supposed to be like that. So we're going to set the width to 300 px. Then after that, when we reload it, you will see that now it is like much smaller than before. So now we're going to add padding. The padding can be anything you want, but we're going to set the padding to the padding I added here. So here, as you can see, the padding is 20 px. And we're also going to set the margin to 20 px. And also we will write auto after it. So now it is in the middle, and as you can see, it's almost the same as this one, except that this list is different, and this one, its corners are rounded and it's more lower. So if we want to make it corner rounded, then we will add border radius, and then just set it to something like 50 px. Then we'll have to save it, and we can reload our browser, and then we'll see that it is curved, but this is too much curving, so we can change it to something less, like 20 px. So now I've changed it to 10 px, and now it is good like this. So the next thing we're going to have to do is to add space here. But if you like it like this, you don't have to add any space. But still, we're going to add this space. So over here, then the way to add space, you can add the space in the HTML basically. You just have to write BR here. And then if you save it and reload it, there should be space. So now, as you can see, there's more space, but now we have to do the actual buttons. So now we have to add .to-do list, and we add list style, and we'll just write none. So now we have to save it, and then we're going to add like padding, and we're just going to set it to 0. So after that, you just have to add .to-do list li, and then just change the margin bottom to 10 px. So if we save it and then reload it, then basically nothing has happened. So now we still have to add more code. So now we're going to write to-do list, type input, so I'm just going to write input type checkbox, so we are just going to change this to equals to, then we're just going to add these. Then we're just going to add this, and then we're going to display, and we're going to set it to none. If you reload it, then you'll see that nothing will happen. So in the HTML, you have to add, in the UL, you have to add class to-do list. So then if you save it and then reload it again, then you'll see that the checkboxes are finally gone. So now the last thing we have to do is make the buttons to actually work. So then after that, we just have to write to-do list input checked plus label, and then after that we'll add text decoration, line through, background, hashtag CF, and the opacity will be set to 0.6. So when we reload this, then it's going to actually be working. So that's the end of today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell. Bye!